my people. This is a video lesson for lesson 3.3, our last lesson in Amplify. Yay. Okay, so we're going to go over here. We've got 6 parts. We're going to skip the last part, the self-assessment, because after we're done with this, we're going to roll into the quiz. So that'll work for our assessment. Right now, let's go ahead and dive in to our warm-up. So here's a message from our museum director. Go ahead and read this because today is the big day, friends. We are going to be placing that mystery fossil in the section of the museum where we think it most likely belongs. So go ahead and read this. Choose one of these 3. In which exhibit do you think the mystery fossil belongs? And then we'll move on to the next for part 2. All right, friends. So for part 2, there's some talk up here in your instructions about your sorting cards and a sorting table. I'll show you that in a minute. Right now, the key thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be comparing the orca whale skeleton with a gray wolf skeleton. And what we want to do is we want to find those diagnostic structures in both the wolf and the whale. What structures do they not share? So diagnostic structures, we're finding similarities and differences within the structures that would help us indicate what type of organism this is and how they're related. Now, I want to point out the cards. Again, you're in distance land, so I can't just give you the cards. But what I did do is if you go back to where the assignment's posted here in Google Classroom, you'll notice I did post a set of slides here. Let's go ahead and open those and take a look. So these cards are for part 2 and part 3 of our lesson today. And basically, each one of these slides is going to have a card with some information on it, or 2 cards with some information on it. And if you're in class, I would have you sort these, but I've kind of already done that for you. So go through each one of these, read through each of them, that information. And when we get to the bottom of this slide set, that's the last of the cards. So if we were to sort these in class, these are basically where we should have put them. So we would say that only whales have the structures that are represented on cards C, E, J, only wolves, F, G, and H. And then both wolves and whales share cards A, B, D, I. And if we go down to table 2, this will have our sorting answers and thinking for part 3. So let's bounce back over to Amplify. So after you've answered this, we're going to move on to part 3. And again, for part 3, you're going to want to bounce back to your slides here. You're going to want to really study these and study, especially table 2 here, how the cards, we're basically comparing similarities and differences between whales, wolves, and the mystery fossil. So now you should be able to some degree, answer this question, and those cards should have helped just a little bit lead us in the right direction. And especially that showing us how the nostril is creeping up, it's getting up closer to the top of the head, which is very different than our wolf. So now we are going to place our fossil where we think it goes. So you're going to drag the orca and the gray wolf down to its appropriate spot. If you think it's more of a gray wolf, you would drag the gray wolf down here because it would be closer on the tree. If you think it's more of a orca, you would put the orca there. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you in the homework section. Kidding. I did want to point out, after looking at the cards and especially the placement of the nostril, we should have come to the conclusion that our mystery fossil is actually going to belong with our whale exhibit. All right, friends. Now I really will go to part 5. So you're going to use those cards and the evidence that we've gathered so far. And we've got a word bank, and we're going to answer these four prompts down here at the bottom. Prompt one: explain how you know that the mystery fossil is related to both whales and wolves. Using the sentence starter below, I can tell the mystery fossil shares a common ancestor with wolves and whales because, again, we can use our card sorting activity and the information that we got here on these two tables and in the cards uh, that are posted here to answer that question. And then choose from I believe the mystery fossil is most closely related to whales or wolves. Take your pick. And choose a claim. So you're going to place it in the museum. Now, here's where I want you to really focus your mental powers and energy. Use evidence to write an argument explaining where you think the mystery fossil should be placed in the museum. So write a really good, compelling argument. Try to use all of the words that are in this word bank here in your answer down here. And again, friends, we're skipping part 6, so once you're done with this, you're officially done with Amplified, probably forever for the rest of your lives. Yay, yay, yay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to push hand in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Don't forget, be nice.